2025 Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team. It's the Red Arrows! Arriving at over 400 miles per hour, trailing our famous red, white and blue. Red 1 immediately starts to pull up, and that means he's taking the show full. Red 6 and 7 collapsing, with Reds 8 and 9 also moving inside to form our world famous Diamond 9, disappearing into cloud. Brilliant. That's right, they'll come back down. They've got to come back down eventually, all right? They reach a height of over 5.5. See, I told you. They reach a height of about 5.5 to 6,000 feet, and then Red 1 will bring them around to the right. Red 1 leading the team this year in his second year as team leader is Red 1, squad leader John Bond. Bond has actually done 7 years in the Red Arrows. He took 5 years, took a year out, then came back as the team leader in 2024. He's a former Typhoon pilot, former qualified flying instructor on the Tucano, where he was the Tucano display pilot in 2012. 8 and 9 now move left and right to form 9 Arrow. The smoke comes on once again. It's the Red Arrows. On the right of Red 1 is Red 2, Flight Lieutenant Rob Thomas. Rob is in his first year on the team. Uniquely, he was taken from training and made straight into instructor on the Hawk Team Mark 1, before then completing his own training and joining the Typhoon Force, where he served on 3 Squadron in operations over Iraq and Syria. He also then became an instructor on 29 Squadron, the operational conversion unit, all based at RAF Coningsby in Lincolnshire. You now see that centre section move forwards. It's actually the wings of the formation moving rearwards using their air brakes as they roll out for one of the widest formations that the Red Arrows fly in 2025. The smoke comes on for the Swan. By ear rather than by eye, and it means all the pilots on the outside of the formation put their input on the stick just a little bit earlier than those on the inside, allowing the formation to move as one. 8 and 9 collapse left and right into the centre as they come around to the left for one of the most iconic shapes in avionic history. This is Concorde. Myself, Red 10, former Tornado GR4 pilot, former qualified flying instructor on the Hawk Team Mark 2, and this is my 4th and final year on the Red Arrows. And of course, we are commanded by Officer Commanding RAFA Wing Commander Adam Collins. He was my predecessor as Red 10, former Tornado GR4 pilot, and also he flew the F-111 while on exchange with the Royal Australian Air Force, and it is his 3rd and final year as Officer Commanding. From the right, in celebration of 20 years of the Royal Air Force Typhoon display team, this is Typhoon. Very far back right-hand side of that formation is squad leader Chris McCann, Red 4. He's working extremely hard, looking through the formation at Red 1, because we take all our formation references from Red 1 rather than the individual pilot who's on the inside of us. Chris McCann is Red 4. He's in his 2nd year on the team. Again, he was taken from training and made into an instructor on the Tucano before then completing his own training and joined the Tornado GR4 force, flying with the world-famous 617 Dam Buster Squadron, where he received an Air Force Cross for his service on operations over Afghanistan. The Royal Air Force is synonymous and famous for its operations in the air domain. However, these days we have an operational capability in space and cyber. And in a nod to that capability, directly from the front, the smoke comes on in Apollo. To fly in the back of our aircraft. In between displays when we cannot take the full engineering complement are Circus. Circus 10 with me today is AS1 Ewan Lewis, and he's here for filming the display for debriefing and safety purposes. As they come around from the left, once again get your cameras ready. Fantastic photo opportunity for the colourful Big Vixen. Colour on, go. Thereby produce a hotter engine gas temperature, and that makes the smoke colours burn a lot more brightly. In addition to that, it disturbs the airflow outside the back of the aeroplane. And Reds 8 and 9 going trail for one of the most popular, if not the most popular, the Red Arrows fly in 2025, and certainly over my last 4 years. Once again, a fantastic opportunity. Get your cameras ready. Point them to the right-hand side. It's tornado time! 8 and 9, roll goes. Reds 8 and 9 roll around the rest of the formation, but watch for the colour change as Red 1 brings them down the line. Opportunity to see our famous red, white and blue. That is only capable due to the smoke pod under the belly of the aeroplane. That smoke pod is capable of producing approximately 5 minutes of white smoke, 1 minute of red smoke and 1 minute of blue smoke. Each smoke colour has its own button on the pilot's control column, and during winter training, Red 1 and Red 6 comes up with a smoke plan to ensure that we have the right colour in the display at the right time and that we simply do not run out. Reds 8 and 9 now join the rest of the formation. This will be your last opportunity to get that iconic picture of our world famous Diamond 9 before we go into the second half of the show. So once again, in our Diamond 9 from the left, it's the 2025, the Red Arrows. And as we go into the second half, which is the more dynamic, heart-pumping, jaw-dropping part of the show, we started in the same way as last year because it was so popular. This is the 5-4 split. Now in the second half, we operate as 2 distinct sections. Off to your left-hand side, Reds 1 through 5, known as Enid, named after Enid Blyton's famous 5. And off to the right, 6, 7, 8 and 9, known as Hannah, named after squad leader Ray Hannah, one of the first members of the Red Arrows. He's the only team leader to lead the team for 4 years. He took the team from a 7 to a 9 and formed our world famous Diamond 9. So Enid from the left, Hannah from the right, for the colourful 5-4 cross. Starts to move inwards to sit behind Red 1, and Red 4 sits in trail on the rest of Enid as Red 1 continues to bring them around to the left. Number 4, roll, go. The aboard call is made as number 4 rolls around the smoke of Enid. Sat in behind Red 1 is Red 5, Flight Lieutenant Dustin Wales, known as Dusty. Dusty is in his second year on the team. He's originally from Zimbabwe. He's a former Typhoon pilot, having served on 11 Squadron. He's also a qualified flight instructor on the Operational Conversion Unit on the Typhoon, as well as being on the Test and Evaluation Squadron. 8 and 9, the red and the blue rolls around the synchro pair. Get your cameras ready, it's the Hannah break.